Right, guys, we'll get cracking. So I think everyone's on who was coming on. So I'm just going to mute you all for now. Okay, so I think you all can see. I think there's just a few that's not. Michelle, can you just mute your line for me, hon? There we go. I think everyone's muted. One second. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, everybody? Okay, and can you see me on the main screen? Perfect, yeah, lovely. Okay, so I'm going to get started. So good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome to the Clugston area training this morning for Nottingham and for Derby. Lovely to see all your faces this morning. So thank you for logging on. I'm just going to go through just a couple of things that's going off at the moment in general in Arbonne and to give you a few dates as well. So have a pen and paper at the ready. And we've got some great training set up for you this morning. So Kerry's going to be training us through the Jack Canfield training. I believe it's possible for you. And I've also got Jane Clugston is going to be training us on book review as well. And then I've got some training to finish off with on setting your new consultants up for success as well, with some great training that me and Claire Fishington have worked together for as well, which is fantastic. So just to start off, just gonna get a couple of images up for you. Just bear with me 1 second. Just bear with me. Okay, fab. Okay, so just a reminder for you all as well to begin with. Obviously, we've got AAC. As far as I know, tickets are still available, but this is going to sell out. So I think there's about 10 people coming from my area at the moment. So I honestly do believe that if you want to have success in this business, then getting to these big training events is so key for your business. It's absolutely going to make a massive difference. So as you can see here, attendees are seven times more likely to be, maybe 1 second, sorry, just ignore that. Be successful in this business if they go along to these training events. And I can honestly say, from my point of view, from watching people go along to trainings, it's always the people that come along to trainings that are showing up things and consistent with their businesses are the ones that we're recognising every month on Facebook for being successful and things. So it does make such a huge difference and impact on your business to go. But it's going to be an absolutely fantastic event as well. The training that you get is next to none with incredible. And I'm sure most people on here that have been to the AAC trainings before, the Arbonne UK conference, could say exactly the same for you as well, because it has absolutely made massive differences and impacts on my business. And it's the little highlights and the little things that you hear when you're there that really can make a massive impact on you and your business. So I do highly recommend, if you haven't already got your ticket, to make sure that you do. And just remember that new consultants sign up to your business in their first month, get it cheaper as well. So get them sorted for that. There's also for my Australian team as well, we've also, tomorrow is the last day to register for the Australian AAC as well. So that will be finishing tomorrow for registration. So do make sure for any of my Aussie team that you do log on and get that sorted as well, because they, again, obviously going to sell out. And for the UK team as well, we also get a Gatsby theme as well, which is going to be amazing. That's going to be on the 2nd of September, which is actually my birthday, which would be lovely to celebrate with you all on my birthday and have you all there. So we've got a nice Gatsby theme evening to celebrate with as well, which will be fantastic. And also, just to give you some dates for Sue Alexander, I don't know if any of you guys, obviously in your regions and things, talk about the Sue Alexander training, but myself and a couple of my team members have just come back from doing the Sue Alexander product and business training, which is absolutely incredible. And also, it's actually my 3rd time that I've done it. And I actually went my first time as a preferred client and came back a consultant because I absolutely loved it so much. And I've just done the Advanced Precision Makeup course as well, which was absolutely amazing. From a makeup artist point of view, I took so much from it. So I'd recommend, if you haven't done the normal makeup workshop, to do the normal makeup workshop as well, because that goes through product knowledge and understanding of the products. But the Advanced Makeup workshop is all about contouring and kind of taking it up to the next level. So I do highly recommend it. Make sure you make a note of those dates. You know, you can, if you email Sue Alexander directly, she can set you up to her email link so you can receive all the upcoming workshops and things as well. But they do sell out fast, and I do highly recommend going. So you can make a bit of a weekend of it and go down for the weekend. I really did enjoy it. So it's definitely worth doing. So make sure you get those dates in your diary and have them in your diary for your team as well, and for new people that are going to be coming along. So if you've already done the training yourself, it's still worth knowing those dates, so you can make sure you're letting your new consultants that join know about those dates as well. So also we've got our Genius Ultra, and I've received an email in the last couple of days to say that mine's going to be coming shortly. So I'm so excited. So as we know, they are backdated, but if you haven't already purchased one, then do get them purchased, because they are going to sell out fast. So make sure if you haven't already ordered one for your tester, then make sure you do, because they are already massively backdated. So you don't want to be the last to kind of be promoting them. So I will, if I've got it in time for the next Discover Arbonne, I will bring it along to show people, to showcase as well. So I'm going to give you the dates for that in just a moment as well. So make sure you get that sorted. And there's also, I don't know if anyone's seen, there's a cash bonus that's going off at the moment for independent consultants, and also for district managers and above as well. So you can actually earn an extra cash bonus from anything from £60 up to £185 over the next month by basically managing to help 2 of your independent consultants get their cash bonus awards as well. So make sure you're aware of that. This has come out via an Arbonne email, so don't leave money on the table. So if there's anything, you know, rewards and host kind of events and things like that, it's always worth knowing about these different things that are going off within Arbonne. So they're always giving us lots of incentives to keep us going. And then also a couple of dates for the diary for you. So my next area training is scheduled for Tuesday the 16th of August at the DA at San Diego. Now it all depends on whether we're going to be taking them online from now on. So we're going to see how this one goes, but I may be going online from them from now on, but I will let you know and keep you updated with that one. And also me and Lucy, sorry, not the Discover Arbonne, sorry, I'm getting it around my head. Tuesday the 16th of August is a Discover Arbonne, which is where you come along and bring people along to hear about the business at San Diego. And that's going to be with myself and Regional Vice President Lucy West on the 16th of August. And then Lucy's going to be doing a flyer for that in the next couple of days and posting that on Arbonne Nottingham. And on Sunday the 21st of August, we've got my area training again for next month. So make sure you put that date in your diary. It'll be 10:30 to 11:30 again, as same as today. I think that's everything for that one. We just take this one off just 1 second. Bear with me. So our first speaker this morning is going to be Kerry, and she's going to be talking us through today the book The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Now this book is absolutely fantastic, and if you haven't already read it, then I massively recommend that you have a listen, you read this book. It's incredible. I've actually got the if you go onto YouTube and you type in positive affirmations, there's actually one that from Jack Canfield's book as well. I listen to that every single morning. If anybody wants the link for that, then private message me, but it's absolutely incredible. But the book, if you get the book itself, I think I've got the book here, The Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. There's lots of like little trainings throughout the book as well, so I recommend actually getting the paper version, because you can do trainings throughout. So Kerry's going to be training us this morning. I believe it's possible. So I'm going to hand over to my beautiful co-host Kerry.
Thank you, Hon. I need a new photo. My hair's changed since that was the one. Keep up with me.
I just liked that one. I thought it was cute.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so as Hayley said, I have a new copy of Jack Canfield's The Success Principles. And sort of the main title is How to Get from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. Now, I haven't actually read this yet. I've just started reading it, and I did kind of fast forward to principle number 4, which is believe it's possible. I will just say about the book, I mean, it's quite a hefty book, but it's really easy reading. And each principle, each chapter is quite short, so you don't feel as though you're kind of taking on a mammoth task, which is good. And there's just so much information in it. The contents page alone is like 3 pages long. So I can sort of really see why a lot of the vice presidents and a lot of other network marketing guys recommend this book. There's just, like I say, so much information in it. So yeah, as Hayley said, definitely get the paper copy. So principle number 4, believe it's possible, is it's really interesting actually. It's about basically how you how important it is to change your mindset, and when you do that, things will happen. And I'll just read this bit out here. So it talks about the power of your brain and your mind. And it says, through a lifetime's worth of events, our brain actually learns what to expect next, whether it eventually happens or not. And because our brain expects something will happen a certain way, we often achieve exactly what we anticipate. This is why it's so important to hold positive expectations in your mind. When you replace your old negative expectations with more positive ones, and when you begin to believe that what you want is possible, your brain will actually take over the job of that possibility and making it come true, basically. Better than that, your brain will actually expect to achieve that outcome. So it's kind of, I don't know, and you have that saying, don't you? If you think positively about something, you know, you attract that kind of outcome and those kind of people. There's quite a famous quote in here from Napoleon Hill as well. So anybody that's read Think and Grow Rich, he's the author of that. And the quote is, "You can be anything that you want to be, if only you believe with sufficient conviction and act in accordance with your faith. For whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." And I quite like that. The principle number 4, again, it just kind of gives you some case studies of people that have been in contact with Jack Canfield and sort of, you know, told him about their success. Tim Ferriss, who's the author of the 4-Hour Work Week, read this book, believed in the principles, and he believed so strongly that he went on to win a sort of championship kickboxing title in just 6 weeks after being introduced to the sport. So he had no training, no prior knowledge on how to participate in that kind of sporting event, but in 6 weeks he nailed it. And you know, because he visualized it, because he knew that he wasn't just wanting to compete, that he wanted to win, that's exactly what he did. And it's just having that conviction and having that belief that you can do something and really sort of taking it forward. Again, it goes on, there's sort of more case studies as well, really interesting ones, and I don't want to ruin it for people, so you know, sort of really recommend getting this book and just reading through it. The final sentence that I'll leave you with just says that it's what you know that isn't true. Oh, sorry, let me start again. It's what you do know that isn't true. It is wise to question all of your assumptions about things, how things are done, and be open to new possibilities. So it's kind of, don't always take things for granted and just have an open mind about your potential and the possibilities for what you want to achieve, whether that's in your business, financially, family life, whatever really, that, you know, you can do it. And there's so many people in this book that have done it and that are doing it, that it just kind of makes you think a different way. So I'm looking forward to reading the rest. I actually can't put this down now. I keep sort of picking up and like, oh, and I was reading it to my husband this morning and he's like, oh, that makes sense. And we've kind of, we've really got on board with this. Is that all right?
Perfect. Thank you, Kerry. Really, really good. So just so can you see, am I on the main screen again, or is it still you?
You're on my main screen, hon.
Main screen, yeah. There is actually, I'm just going to see if I can get it up on my YouTube to show you really quickly. There's a really good affirmations video. I don't know if you can see the middle one just there. But this one is actually Success Affirmations, 101 Affirmations for Success. And it's by a guy called David McCraw. And I listen to that every single morning. It's 10 minutes long, 11 minutes 37 long. And that is from the Success Principles book. And it is really good. So I would highly recommend getting up on YouTube and listening to that in the mornings. I do that when I do my makeup first thing in the morning. I'll literally repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And I can say it off by heart now. But the book that Kerry's talking about, as I say, the Success Principles, it's one of the first books that I read when I first started with this business. And it does talk about so much. And we're actually going to be going through every single month one of the different principles every single month with my trainings, because that's something that I'm following down from what Stuart Armfield's been doing, because we do, me, Claire and Stuart work with that book quite a lot, especially with our team and with our businesses. So our next training this morning, so I'm going to hand over to my gorgeous mother, Jane Clugston. Just bear with me 1 second while I just try and unmute her line a second. And she's going to be doing as a training this morning on a book that she's reading at the moment, which is called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so there we go, gorgeous mother. And this is the book. Let me just see if I can get the book up for you 1 second so you can make a note of that one. I don't know if Mum's got it to hand to show you. That's the book. So How to Win Friends and to Influence People.
I can't
read that. I can't read that surname. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to you, Mum.
Good morning and good evening to the Australians as well. Right, this book, I actually picked this up from a second-hand shop, paid £1 for it. You don't always have to go to Waterstones or do it online. So if you pass in a second-hand shop, you know, £1, can't go wrong, can you? I just flipped through it and had a look what it's all to do with, and picked it up and started reading it. Found it really interesting. It talks about simple things like handling of people, the secrets of dealing with people, who can do this as the whole world with him, sure way of making enemies and how to avoid it. There's just absolutely loads and loads of things, but I really quite enjoy it. There's like a lot of it is really, it's as though this book's been done for Arbonne. It really does make me feel like that, because it's saying like there's lots of like little stories, but they're actually true things that's gone on, you know. And this man who was saying that a gentleman casually dropped in and said, look, we've got this new insurance out, it might be possible that, you know, it's your sort of thing, and they all said, oh right, okay. But then he went out for lunch, and one of the other chaps that worked there saw him from across the road and said, oi, Dale, say his name is, Dale, come, I want to talk to you, we've got this new insurance out, I know it will suit your business perfectly. So he followed him in and he spoke about this new insurance, and they all joined. And the simple thing, we'd shown excitement and how good it was and explained things. And where the other man was like, oh, well, it might be good for your business, where, you know, enthusiasm and everything does make a difference, doesn't it? Especially if you... this book as well is a lot about listening to people, and this is one of the things that I used to like butt in and say a bit of something, and this is saying, you know, listen to people, and again with Arbonne, that is the way. Listen to what people are saying to you. What can I say? You can make like there's one part in it says you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can do in 2 years by trying to interest people. And that's true. If you sit and listen to people, you know, and they come away and think, oh, we had a really good conversation. You might not have said hardly anything, but the other people have enjoyed talking to you. I wish, to be honest with you, about 4 months ago, this I'm going to explain how I thought I wished I'd got this book then. A lady came into my shop. I don't know whether you all know, but I'm a dog groomer. I've done that for 14 years. And I bring Arbonne into my shop. I use it on my 2-legged customers as well as my 4-legged customers. But this lady came in and she said, and she used to come out every, I say used to, you see what I mean. She used to come in every month with a dog and have it bathed. This particular day she came in and she said to me, oh, I bought you these things to try. And I looked, I can't even remember what name it was, but I'd never even heard of it. And I said, oh, thank you, that's very kind of you. I said, and you may use them. She said, I said, but, you know, I'd just like to use my Arbonne products. So she says, oh, yes, she says, I've noticed you do Arbonne. She says, oh, my friend did that. She says, it's not, this is a lot better. She says, oh, you much more superior than what yours is. Well, that put me back up, you know, and I said, oh, oh, is yours vegan then, is it? You know, no animal or animal byproducts in them? And she said, no. I said, oh, well, I said, you know, I am a dog groomer, and, you know, that is very important to me. So with saying that, you know, I said, well, and you might have them and that. But of course, with me saying that, she never came back, actually. She probably went to somewhere up the road to another dog groomers, you know. But I didn't need to say that. What I should have said probably was, which is normally me, is I'd say, oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I'll try them. And just left it at that and just not use them. But because she put me back up and said, oh, my friend, and oh, it's no, you know, putting down Arbonne when she doesn't even know Arbonne or have tried Arbonne, because I said that to her. I said, oh, have you tried Arbonne? No, she says, you know, but that's the sort of thing. But I mean, out of 10, I would give this book an 8. There's a lovely story in it as well, about a Chinese gentleman that in China, you know, they're very, like, it's, if somebody's made a mistake, that they don't, oh dear, well, yeah, well, if they made mistakes, they never go and say, I'm sorry, and that what they've done. And this gentleman, he'd been on crack and what have you, and he'd cleaned himself up, and he'd heard that his son had got children, he'd not met the grandchildren, and he went on this course, and everybody said to him, you know, why not go and sort it out? And he did the course, and then next time he came back to see everybody, and he said, I went over to my son, he said, and I apologised and said that I was in the wrong. He says, and now I've met my grandchildren, I've met my son's wife, and everything's fine. And it was just over all these years of me being stubborn and going along with how our culture is. And, you know, and it's things like that. But, well, I don't know more to say about it, really. It's just like, well, I've got little things written down here. Another thing about smiling. When you do a phone call, it also talks about that. When you do a phone call, if you smile, it does actually come through onto the phone. And that is so true. I mean, if you can tell when somebody's happy when they're talking to you on the phone, can't you? You know, and this gentleman saying, you know, if you're feeling a bit down, get on, you know, start singing, smile, go around the house singing, smiling, and get yourself better in your mindset of the day, so that when you go out and do what you're going to do. And I always do that. If I'm going to ring somebody up about Arbonne, I'll get myself in a nice mood, and I'm always happy. You know, you've always got something, you know, what they've been doing. You find out what they're doing and told to chat about it. But this book is really, really good. And there's different things like, as I say, handling of people, the secret of dealing with people, and there's absolutely, let me show you, if everybody can see, absolutely loads and loads and loads of different things. Can everybody see that? Loads and loads of different ones. It's really, really good. You know, and I've learned a lot from it. I'm only halfway through it, actually, but I certainly will be finishing that. Because I'm still on my journey of getting that confidence, and that really, you know, from one book to another, and I'm always reading that kind of book, and it does help. That's all I can say. So I hope you all have a nice day, and thank you.
Thank you, Mum. That's brilliant. Thank you. Who would you recommend the book for, Mum? Would you just say generally for anybody, and kind of star rating out of 5? What would you give it so far?
Well, I was always saying out of 10, but out of 5, I'd give it a 4.
Perfect. Yeah.
And
just for people that generally build the confidence then and then speak to people better.
It is a bit about confidence, but it's more about how to talk to people, which we obviously have to speak to people that we don't know, and it just gives you that confidence to, and you think about, when I talk to people, I think about this book I've been doing this week, you know, yes, listen to the person.
Yeah.
And not butt in and try and put your point of view over. Listen to what they've got to say, because we all want people to like us, and so they're the same. The people that you're talking to, they want you to like them. Well, let them tell you about themselves, because they're the important. And always focus listen and focus on that person. Make that person feel special.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mum. And one thing that I would say for my mum as well with this business, like her confidence in the last two and a bit years since she's been doing Arbonne has just gone from strength to strength. I know a lot of you have seen my mum on her journey with Arbonne, and she really has had such a huge kind of difference in her business as well. I'm just going to see if I can mute your line again, Mum. Just bear with me 1 second. Mute audio. So yeah, so it's made such a big difference in my mum's business for her as well, and her confidence has absolutely grown so much with this business that she will now just go outside of her comfort zone. And when I was in Vegas this year, she'd just go off and just speak to different groups of people and go doing her own thing. And I know she would have never ever dreamt of doing that before, so it's made such a huge difference on her and on her business as well, which is, you know, incredible. So, and I've watched that journey. I know she's seen me develop and grow over 2.5 years, but I've also seen my mum grow and develop over two and a bit years as well. So if we log off, guys, just log back on, because we've only got 10 minutes left on the free recording thing. So if we do log off, just we'll log back on and give it a couple of minutes for everyone to join us. So my last, sorry, turn my video off and send them my mistake. The last bit of training I'm going to do for you today is just some training on helping you set your consultants up for success. So with this business, it is so key to set your consultants up for success in growing your business, and it makes such a huge impact on them. They are putting you, people join this business for you. They don't join the business because they necessarily love Arbonne. They join this business to join into you. So for me personally, like, I always feel that I want to really help that person get their best start in this business. They're trusting in me and starting a business alongside me as a business partner. And it's my thing to really make sure that I do get them set up for success as well. Because the beauty of this business is, it's your business, but you're not by yourself, which is just absolutely incredible. You've got that support there around you all the time, which is just incredible. And I've not just found that just in my sponsor as well. Like, I've obviously got my team there to support me as well, but also sidelines and things as well. Like, I work very closely with a lot of my sidelines. I do feel that it is so important. And that's why I'll always open my area trainings and my, Discover Arbonne and things like that to everybody, because I do think it's so key for us all to connect as, for Nottingham and Derby in particular, even for kind of our, our global businesses as well. It's so important just to connect everybody together, because we all grow and develop and learn from each other so much as well. So we want to be getting our consultants the best start possible for them. So it's what they're wanting from this business. At the end of the day, it's their business. We're just there to hold their hand and support them through each of those little steps. And the idea is to get people as independent as quick as possible. So it's in the title, independent consultant. So that's the thing, I at one stage was very guilty of doing everything for my team, and I was absolutely exhausted, and I was running around doing this and doing this and doing this. And then I realised what I was doing, that I wasn't helping them actually be independent. If they'd ask me a question, I'd give them the answer straight away. Whereas now, what I tend to find I do is I will direct them to a source to where to find that information from, so they can still be independent to go and find that themselves, because that's exactly what Claire and what Stuart will do with me. They will guide me in the direction of where to go and find that, because by giving them too much information, you're not necessarily helping them. And it's you want to be able to just give them the answer and that's it. But sometimes we need to help guide and support people, because if we're doing it for them, they're not going to be able to show their teams. So just remember, what you do will duplicate, and that will happen throughout your business as well. So whatever you do with that new consultant will continue to duplicate. So just always be aware of that as well. Yes, as I say, it's a fine line between doing that as well. So what you need to have is a simple system, which is easy to do, to teach, but also to follow, because they are going to follow on. And what's really key with this business as well, when you're setting somebody up, is to know what they want from Arbonne. So what is their why? We talk about our why so much with this business, but if you just assume that you know what someone's why is, they're joining the business because they want more money, that might not necessarily be the answer. And I've been very surprised in the past, like I've had people sign up to the business, and when they've actually sent me their why, they've joined the business because they love the fact that we don't do animal testing, that we're a vegan brand, not the fact that they want to have more money or more time. So you just, people's main key reasons for why they want to do this business, can be so different. So just really get to know their why and get to know the people that you're working with as well. As Sarah Dunning always quotes, it's about knowing the colour of your consultant's carpets. It's so true. You really need to make sure that you do know your consultants in and out as well, and know exactly what they want from this business. And a great way to do this, if you get like a bubble chart and you write why in the middle of the bubble chart, what I tend to do with my new consultants is get them to draw 4 lines off that why and write 4 main reasons why they want to do Arbonne. So they might say more time, and then I'll say, but why do you want more time? And then they'll say, to have more time with my children. And I'll say, and why? Why is that important? Because I want to be at home with my children. I don't want to be leaving my children all the time. And why is that important? Because I want them being brought up with my ethos and my values, not somebody else's. So I don't have to go to work to to pay for childcare. Like, I want to be able to be present in their lives. And you really dive in and you say, why? So off that one point, you might get 10 other little bits off of that. So that's a really good thing to do. And there's a really good book for that, actually. It's called Starts With Why. I've been listening to it on audio at the moment, and that's a really, really good book to kind of really help you kind of start anything that you do with a why, and knowing your consultant's why is so key. And so Claire Fisher has actually devised 4 questions that you can actually go through with your new consultants when they first start the business. So I'm just going to get the 4 questions up for you. Just bear with me 1 second. So these are 4 questions that we go through when we have a new consultant join our business. So as you can see, these questions can really help kind of get you going. So number 1, what part of the business excited you the most and made you decide to join our team? So this point just really helps you to get a feel for them and kind of what resonated with them and with Arbonne as well, and kind of where they're at with this business, and really what gets them excited, what gets them kind of really going with the business. And as I said before, you can't just assume why somebody would say yes to this business opportunity. And then number 2, how many hours a week can you carve out of your schedule to dedicate to your business, which will allow you to sponsor and help you achieve your goals? So with this one as well, so it's about matching your time with their efforts as well. So you want to match their business order from what they want from Arbonne. So this just really helps you devise kind of where you're going to go with this person as well. And as well, we've also got, you can show people what you can actually do is, if someone kind of is unsure where they're going to fit Arbonne in, what I'll do is actually get their diary out with them and show them where they can fit Arbonne in. As we all know, we've all got 168 hours in a week. I'm sure we can all find an extra 5 to 10 hours, but this just helps you start to carve out, and actually you can physically show them how to fit Arbonne in as well. You know, and it's what they decided they want to dedicate to this business as well. At the end of the day, it's their business. If they want to commit an hour or 20 hours a week, then that's completely up to them what they want to do. Just they can't be saying they're going to be a national vice president in 6 months if they're only going to be giving it 5 hours a week, for instance. It's just kind of really kind of making them be aware of what they would need to put in to get back as well. And if they and it's not about having lots of time as well, it's about working smart with your time. So that's something I always try and teach my consultants, is how to be smart with their time. And then number 3, before you ask them this question, make sure that you let them know that answer is important, because it's going to determine how much time you're willing to invest in helping them grow their business. So before you ask them, I always say to them, like, you know, just make sure they know that it is important. So are you willing to be 100% coachable? So when I say 100% coachable, what I actually mean from that is being on training calls. So plugging in daily to trainings and plugging into the Facebook pages and making sure they're aware of everything. There's no training is no success. So are they going to be prepared to go to Discover Arbonne to build relationships and improve their presentation skills? Are they going to be willing to follow a system? And are they willing to launch their business? Because if they say no to any of those points, then they're not 100% coachable. So that's one thing that you need to ask them. So most of the time when someone starts a business, they are excited and they're in that excitement stage. So they'll be like, yes, I'm 100% coachable. So that is the perfect time then to get your diary out and be like, right, let's book your launches in and let's get that started. Because you're wanting to really make sure they are set up for success. And then the number 4 is how fast do you want to go? And are you a walker, a jogger or a runner? So a walker is someone that wants to go at a slow pace with this business, that probably just wants to commit 1 to 5 hours, and they're going to use verbiage like, I'm going to see what happens, I'm going to see how it goes, that kind of verbiage. Whereas a runner is what most of the average. Just pop me back to host again, Craig, once you've done that, please. Fab. Okay, fabulous. Sorry, I'll crack back onto where we was. Let me just get the 4 questions back up again, 1 second. Okay, lovely. So when I was saying earlier then, so a walker is somebody that's going to say, you know, they're going to see what happens with this business and they kind of want to just go at a slower pace. Whereas a jogger is someone that's going to be really excited about the business and have a steady pace of urgency, and they're going to be looking at wanting to promote maybe in the next 3 to 4 months to get into district manager. Somebody that's probably going to want to run with a strong start, for instance, with their business, that kind of thing. They're kind of at that level of commitment. Whereas a runner is someone that wants to go fast, that wants to promote maybe in the first month or 2 straight to district manager and are committed no matter what. And they're the sort of people that I would say, you know, within my team, I've found there's a few people, out of 30 people, 1 in 30 people will be a real runner, where they will literally just see what this business opportunity is and grab it with both hands and run with it. and they're the sort of people that you want. They're the people that's going to be chasing your tail for promotions and things like that as well. So most people, generally speaking, are a jogger in this business as well. So, you know, you want to refer to these questions, you know, throughout you. And I would always make a note of what their answers, what they give you. And then you can really use this then to work with that person and know kind of where that person's at with their business as well. And you want to make sure that you can then match those two things together. If someone's 100% coachable, and you can help match kind of what level their business is at to what their business order is going to be as well. So these questions are almost with the right information to really know what that person's wanting and to what level as well. And so you know what level, you know, you're going to be wanting to help them, because I will match my team's my time with their efforts. So if they're wanting to give it more time and more effort, then I will run with them. If they're wanting to be a runner, and I'll be like, right, let's pack this diary out and let's just go for it. Let's literally get me in front of as many people as possible in the next 30 to 60 days. And you just literally get people in front of your consultant straight away. So, you know, do they want to run with the Strong Start as well? So find out, does somebody want to work with Strong Start? Not everybody will. My team, especially my Australian team, absolutely love the Strong Start. And they use that all the time in helping set people up for success as well. I mean, the Strong Start is offering people free products. It's giving it incentives as well, and money incentives as well. And that is aimed to get you to district manager as well. So do they want to go with that? Because not everybody does. And don't just assume that they do, because not everybody will want to go with Strong Start. And as I said to you earlier, you want to make sure that you keep this system, you keep it simple and you keep it basic and easy to duplicate. And what we want to be doing is help empower our new consultants. So what I'm going to give you is just a couple of last points to finish off with. So something me and Claire use all the time is something called tasks. So if you write down TASKS, so tasks, and that stands for, T stands for tools, A stands for activity, S stands for sponsoring, K stands for knowledge, and the other S stands for skills. So these are what we want to do for setting our new consultant up for success. So first things first is your tools. So you're going to want to Arbonnize their home straight away. So get them the basic business tools that they need to help them get set up for success. So you're going to really match what they give you from their 4 questions to get their business order. And I really sit down with that person and work out what's going to be best for them. I try and do like an array of products, so they've not just got the 1 or 2 things to work with, like skincare. I try and get them a little bit of nutrition, a little bit of cosmetics, a little bit of everything. So they've got more things to showcase when they're going to events. So look at using maybe some of your top sellers, things that you know work well for you and your business and within your team. Like I know, for instance, for my team, our main sellers is our cosmetics and our nutrition and then our skincare. So, you know, it started off cosmetics and now nutrition's kind of taken over. So, you know, and that's from me doing the 30 days to healthy living, and then me duplicating that out to my team, because I was selling loads of 30 days to healthy living and I did the 30 days. Then all my team went and did that as well, and it made such a massive difference. So also when you want to help them get set up to a good business order, because it's like they're putting their skin on the line then. You know, if they're putting money down for this business, then they're really treating it like a business. And that's what you want to say to people when they first start. If somebody just signs up and just does like a basic order for them and gets a couple of bits, I mean, everybody, you know, the beauty of this business is we can do it to any scale, you know, and people can put in what they want. And if someone hasn't got a lot of money to invest in the business, then what I would say to them is, right, when we're going to launch you like crazy over the next, we're going to do lots of parties over the next 30 days, and then you can reinvest that money and use the 65 for 20s and things to really start to boost your kit. And I'll help them in that way and launch them with my products. But I always find if someone is putting down a proper business order and they put in their skin in the game to really do that, then the energy is so much different. And, you know, the thing is, if you treat this like a business, you know it's going to pay you like one. And that is the big difference with this business. And it just feels so much more difference as well. So help them Arbonnize their home, help them Arbonnize themselves straight away. Because once you start to fall in love with these products, and you start to see the bigger picture with the business, because I think for me personally, I fell in love with the products first because I was a preferred client to begin with. And when you automatically love these products, you instantaneously just talk about them so much naturally. And then when you start to plug into trainings and you start to have those light bulb moments, that's when Arbonne goes from your head to your heart and the business side tends to come in. But I think when someone does first sign up, they need to find that love straight away for the product. So if they can't afford to get some themselves, give them loads of your products and just leave them. I know Donna, for instance, one of my district managers, I did a party for her and we went and set up the night before at her house because I had a really busy day the day before, and I literally left her with all my products and I was like, help yourself tonight, use whatever you want. And she literally Arbonne herself on head to toe, and since then she's been absolutely obsessed on all the ranges because she tried everything. Literally, I think she must have smelled completely of Arbonne. Her husband probably loved it. She probably smelled beautiful in bed that night because she used absolutely everything. And what I recommend that you do is get them to get a catalogue and mark off when they've tried something new each time and make a note of why they liked it, because that's a really good way to like really just try everything, you know. It might not even be suited for your skin type, but give it a go. I've tried the men's products, they're lovely. Not that I need them, I don't need to shave just yet. But generally speaking, you know, try the products and, you know, yourself. And remember, those products are what represent you as well. So those business tools, make sure when you are setting your new consultant up with the tools that they know how to give out those gold and blue bags, that they know to put in that information sheet that people may get redness, that they know how to follow up properly with that, that they're going to write in their diary to have that follow-up time to go back and collect those products in 2 to 3 working days. You want to get into a good habits to begin with your new consultants. And remember that those business tools are representing them as a person. So are they clean? Are they presentable? And are they putting a catalogue and the right information in there? And get them to put one of their business cards on the front as well, because that just looks really professional. So really help them set themselves up in success with their right tools. And then number 2, activity. So the A. So this is all about launching straight into activity. So once you've got their tool set up for them, get them straight into activity. So once they're registered, get their launches in their diary. So it's a simple system for success. So activity is what creates results for us. Like if you're ever feeling negative about your business, it's just because you're not in enough activity. If people are saying no to you and it's bothering you, you need to put in that diary so it doesn't bother you. So you think, so what? So someone else is waiting to join my business. So you've always got to have that diary packed full and just keep yourself in that momentum. It's all about when someone signs up, getting them into that momentum, knowing what they want from the business and then going with the activity to match that as well. And it's so key to getting them to district as well. Get their business straight into momentum and get them a return back on their investment. If someone's just put down a lot of money to start with these products in this new business, you know, get them a really good paycheck. People that are getting a good paycheck, they will stay in this business. If they're earning £200, £300 from their first paycheck, they're going to want to stay. So get them a really, really good paycheck and get them an investment back straight away. And it's all about creating that urgency and that excitement in their business as well. So keep in daily contact with your new consultant would be my recommendation as well. But one thing I will always say that I do with my team is, you know, I'll be in contact with them, but I won't chase them. So if they don't respond to me, I will not chase them. I'll let them come to me. If people really want this business, they will come to you with this business. Obviously, be there and support them and be in contact, but don't chase them as well. You know, and they can go as fast or as slow as they want. It's their business. But if you've gone through those 4 key questions with them, you know where they're at and you know what their commitment level is as well. So tell them that you're wanting to do 3 things with them in the next 36 days. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow they want to go, but you want to ask them to commit to 3 things with you. So these 3 things over the next 30 to 60 days, because it will make a massive difference in their business. So number 1, so it's a 1, 2, 3 system that needs to and Claire use. So number 1 is 1 online dream team event, and I'd recommend that you think globally for this one as well, because I've got a global business, so think globally. So to get as many of their key people that they want to get them to write down a list when you're first doing training with them. Right, let's think about the top 6 people to 10 people that you want in this business with you. Who would you have on your leading board of directors if you start your own business? Get them to write them people down and get them on an online dream team Zoom. If you have to do that over 2 to match with, like, you know, time differences and things, then do that. Number 2 is to launch with their 2 product events. So 1 online dream team, 2 online product 2 product launch and events, and 3 one-to-ones. So go and support them with 3 one-to-ones. And what I recommend with your launches as well, what we tend to do in our team, for our first launch that I tend to do, I will have the new consultant more like the host that evening. They'll just help me, you know, serve drinks. and they'll share their why, and they'll help me with all the facial scrubs and makeup or whatever we tend to do, and I'll do the presentation. The second time around we do 50-50, and the third event, sometimes I'll help them with 3 events. The third event I'll let them be running the event and I'm there as the host to help them with drinks and kind of just share my why. So we do a complete reverse. So it's kind of giving people then baby steps to help them with success as well, to get them going. And that's just something that we do in our team, but obviously you can do what works for you. At the end of the day, it's whatever works for your team. And just tell them that you're going to get those dates in the diary and you're going to come no matter what. We don't ever cancel events. I would say in my team, I don't cancel events. If no one shows up, I'm still coming to come and do some training for you. So it just puts a bit of positive pressure on them. So you just want to be teaching them just to get good at inviting people, and you can do a little bit of role play on how to invite people. I know you all know how to do that, and there's lots of stuff on the source and things that you can find for, you know, different role plays and things that you can do to kind of help invite people, you know, to come along to discover Arbonnes and things like, you know. And for me, a key thing is, you know, I would say, you know, I said to my new team, I've just started a new business. I'd love you just to come and be a bum on the seat and just come and hear about it and just give me some support so I can get my practice in, you know, and just try and do it with enthusiasm. I'd love you to try these products. You're going to absolutely love them. Or, you know, if you know you've got someone that's going to be amazing at this business, say it to them. You know, say to people, you know, I know you're going to absolutely be incredible at this business. Come along and hear about it. Like, you're going to love it. It's so great for you. And give them 2 or 3 reasons why. You know, you're such a great people person, you love products, you know, I'd love to work alongside you. You know, I don't want to be going on these free holidays and not be able to take you with me. Come and hear about it. You know, it's kind of using that enthusiasm and stuff, because I always think to myself with this business, like, if I don't tell people about it, I'm giving them an injustice. Like, if I'm earning like $3 grand a month and going on all these free holidays and stuff, like, they're going to be turning around and going, why didn't you tell me about this Arbonne thing you was doing? I was like, well, I did tell you about it, but you just didn't listen to start with, you know. At least you've told them about it, even if they don't want to necessarily hear about it. And I always say a good thing to do is to say, you know, come round and, like, can I practice my presentation on you, just a one-on-one level. And that's a really good way of getting your friends to hear the presentation, because you're practicing, but they're also hearing the presentation, so you're kind of introducing them to it as well. So you just want to concentrate on getting your team into learning how to invite people as well. You know, and what you want to do in that first month with this activity as well is get them in front of as many people as possible. So they want to use and abuse you for 30 to 60 days to really pick your brains of information and everything that you've learned over your course of Arbonne, and literally get you in front of as many people as possible. I will literally say, pull on me. And with that point as well, I always let my new consultants know the best way to contact me. So I always say to people, the best way to contact me is via WhatsApp voice message. Because then if you need me, I can listen to that in between my clients and I can get back to you instantly. You know, whereas, you know, if I've got to start texting people back or listening to voicemails and stuff like that, I don't necessarily have the time. Whereas if it's a WhatsApp message, it's so much easier. So let them know what the best way to contact you. So next bit of the task is the S, which is for sponsoring. So you want to help your new consultant sponsor preferred clients and consultants straight away. It instantly will get them into that momentum with their business. We know that is the lifeblood of this business, is by bringing new people in absolutely every single month. And it'll also teach them how to bonus with their business as well, because that's what we need for bonuses, is sponsoring as well. So get them into that momentum straight away. And we always need to be bringing new people in personally all the time. It's so key with this business, is sponsoring. So show them how to sponsor, hold their hand, go along to the one-to-ones with them and get people on board. And then K stands for knowledge. So we know that knowledge is absolutely everything in this business. And with our region, Claire's made an amazing new website, Inspiring Global Nations, which has absolutely been incredible for me and my team. We are absolutely loving it. I'm sure you guys have got your own thing for your region as well, but it's literally it's laid out so simple and so effective. And, you know, it's all about knowing those resources and where to go and find information. You know, are you using the source? Are you on SoundCloud? Are you using Facebook pages? Are you checking them daily? Checking what's going on with Arbonne? You know, there's books on the industry. Fill your mind with, you know, books on this industry and teach your team to do the same. So just make sure they're set up for success, that they know where the SoundCloud is, they know what they're on the Facebook pages. And, you know, there's a success plan as well. And I know the success plan, you read it and you're like, what? It's a bit confusing when you first start. So what I always say to my new consultants is just focus on the district manager section. So get to district manager what you need to do, and just try and keep it simple for them, to not over, you know, I wouldn't throw the success plan at them straight away. I'd give them a few weeks and then kind of talk them through that, but just so they know. And if they're going for a strong start, then they've got a basic idea of where they're going with that anyway. And then S, as I say, stands for skills. So knowledge plus skills equals confidence in this business. So knowledge plus skills equals confidence. That is so key. So help them become, you know, a network marketing professional. And we know a key book for this is Eric Worre, 7 Steps. It's a great book, but I love the audio for it as well. So I always recommend all my new consultants to get that book, Eric Worre, 7 Steps to Becoming a Professional Network Marketer. It's just absolutely key. So it's great for helping new consultants grow their skills and to become professional, because as I said to you earlier, if they're treating it like a business, it's what's going to pay them like one. Or if they treat it like a little hobby, it's going to pay them like a hobby. So that's the key thing, so tasks. And then just a couple of last little bits just that I would always recommend from me personally. When I always get a new consultant, I get them to listen to Making the Shift. I think it's by Darren Hardy. I can't remember his surname now. And if anyone wants me to send a link to that, I can do. But listen to that on YouTube. It's about an hour, 10 minutes long, but it's fantastic. And I just say, even when you're just driving around in the car, listen to it. It's on YouTube. And it just really sums up those first few things that people are going to go through when they first start this business, like the mentality of their friends and how their mindset needs to change from a 9 to 5 to an entrepreneur. If you've got somebody that works in a 9 to 5, I mean, I've always had a bit of an entrepreneur streak in me anyway. Even from when I was working in a salon, I always wanted more for myself. I've always been that sort of person. So for someone that is more of a 9 to 5 person, then I would highly recommend that audio as well. So you want to really help your new consultants stay focused on these key things that they need, those first tasks to help them set up their business. There's so much out there already for us to help us grow this business. We don't necessarily need a sponsor. We've got all of that there, but I think it really is so key at just keeping it really simple so it's doable, so they can go ahead and just literally follow that for their next thing. So it might even be a case for you that that's something I had to do personally for me, because I was having like 5 people new in a month sign up. I did myself a little check sheet of when I'd gone through and sent people things as well, and that's a good thing to do. And you can I've got a little folder with like Ali and everybody kind of all lined up, all my consultants, and I've got their whys in that folder, and then I've got all their kind of things that I did with them to begin with, and any training calls and things like that, I make notes and I keep them in that folder. So that's a really key. I'm quite an organised person. I have to have that to kind of keep my head kind of focused, because I've got so much going around my mind, and that's what works for me. So as I said earlier as well, give them the best method of communication so they know what to do with that as well. And something that I always say to my team as well, I always ask my team to be open, direct and honest with me at all times as well. And, you know, for me personally, I'm that sort of person. I'll always be direct, open and honest with somebody, and I always ask for that back. So, you know, just tell your team that they can be honest with you, they can be direct with you as well. At the end of the day, you're there to support them. You don't want to be chasing them, and we're just here to help them get off to a best flying start, you know. And just remember, whatever you do will duplicate as well. So one last little thing. So just remember that if you need to grow yourself to help yourself grow your business. And that is so key. Just keep working on yourself daily, no matter what, with this business. And that just makes all the difference in the world. Like, if you're not reading, then your team won't read. And it is so true. And, you know, just continue working on yourself. Because if anything, if Arbonne took away all the money I'd ever earned from Arbonne was gone, all the personal development, the friendships and everything that I've got from this business means more to me than that anyway. So that's everything. I'm going to open the line just for 1 minute in case anyone's got any questions or anything. And I just want to say a massive thank you to Kerry Needwell for her training this morning. It's fantastic. And Mum, thank you so much, Jane Clugston, for your training as well. So go ahead and get those books, guys, because they are incredible. And thank you for plugging in this morning. I'm just going to unmute your lines. Just bear with me in case anybody's got any questions or anything for me. Anybody got any questions or anything?
Are there any specific books that would be good to read to or listen to?
Any specific books? What was that, Harry?
Are there anything else that would be good to read or listen to?
What is in audio? What tools are we talking through?
With like SoundCloud or anything?
With SoundCloud, I follow the Dunning Nation Success Line calls.
Yeah.
Also, the Don Johnson Go for Gold calls are absolutely fantastic. And if someone is wanting to kind of get really quick, just mute you all again really quickly while I'm talking. So yeah, for books that I always recommend to start off when someone's starting the business, Go Pro to help somebody become a professional network marketer. Also the 4-year career is very good for that, or the 45-second presentation. If somebody's wanting to kind of build their knowledge on network marketing, the personal development, Dare to Dream, Work to Win is really good. I always recommend my new consultants The Secret, and I'd recommend the film version of that as well, so they can actually watch that. So that's on YouTube, and that's by Rhonda Byrne, and that just really helps to install belief in yourself and kind of your mindset. And for confidence and things, as the book that Kerry spoke about today, Jack Canfield, How to Get from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be, as well, is really good, because it talks a lot about kind of the people that you associate with and things like that as well. So it makes a big difference. Like, it just talks about kind of really, like, taking 100% responsibility for your life and kind of the friends that you're mixing with, and kind of really gets you into that entrepreneur mindset as well. So they would be my kind of key things that I would say. But for me personally, audios is
Sorry? I'm still on this call.
That answered your question. You're not responding. Has anybody else got any questions or anything? Any questions from anybody? Also, I don't know if you guys have heard about, I said to Paul this morning as well, I don't know if Lucy West said she was going to put something up on Facebook, but there's we're going to be doing she's where it's called, 1 second. I've lost it now, bear with me. So on Sunday the 7th of August, 10:25, we're doing a social at the Woodland Water Park as well. So if anyone's interested in coming, it's £11.50 per person. I think Lucy has already been getting spaces for that. So if anyone does want to come, just give Lucy West a message on Facebook, because she's organising that. So we've not seen each other today. So it's nice to try and social in the next couple of weeks as well. So if nobody's got any other questions or anything like that, then I'm going to love you and leave you the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. It's been lovely to see your faces. I hope you've enjoyed the training, and I'll look forward to speaking to you all soon and connecting with you. And if any of you haven't already got me on Facebook, then do give me a let's connect. And lovely to see all your faces this morning. So thank you.
Thank you, Hayley.
Bye.
Bye.